our industry in general would love to tell you that everything could be done remotely. Why? It saves them a ton of costs and time and energy in terms of travel and humans on the road and all this different stuff, right? So they want to do everything as remotely as possible. Domain has kind of flipped that on its head and said, hold on a second, we're not going to walk away from this component because we know it's not the best way to do it. So our team goes on site, a primary or secondary engineer comes on site, and they are going to have a proactive checklist of work that needs to be done when they get to your office. Why is that important? Well, there wouldn't be a proactive checklist of work if there wasn't things that we needed to check if we weren't on site, right? So we have to come on site to do this type of work. There's lights, there's things that just don't get notified or sent back to the IT systems team that things are going wrong. So these proactive visits get us out there to physically inspect, let's call it the server closet, the climate, the temperature within that room. How does that look? Is it locked? Is it not locked? Let's go through and check out your backup battery power. Let's check out your switches, your servers, your firewalls. Let's make sure all of these things are set up and working as properly as possible. So that's one component. The second component is you may have all of a sudden an influx or just some tickets, service desk related tickets that have been kind of sitting there because somebody needs to be on site to actually fix the issue. It can't be done remotely. So they're there then to do that. Like, hey, if we're going to spend time at our client's site, we want to make sure that all the service tickets that are in the queue for that organization are getting worked on with the engineer that's there to do it. And that starts to develop that personal relationship with the users as we're there. The final piece of this too is to really be part of the team, right? A lot of our engineers are getting invited out to their company events or getting invited to all different types of birthday party celebrations and whatnot. And the primary point of contact, the way this works is that the engineer is going to come on site. They're going to first check in with our primary point of contact and say, is there anything that you need us specifically to do today? Anything that's bubbling to the top, whatnot. Really just kind of develop that, hey, I'm here. You know, this is what I'm going to do. If there's nothing there, they move on to that proactive work, and then they circle back on the service desk related types of issues. Finally, they check out for the day. They go back to the primary contact and they say, hey, this is what we got done today. This is what we're doing. I'll see you again later, right? So we're really trying to get that human element going. And Jeremy, one of the things that I always like to say too here is that the way Jeremy interacts with technology and the way that I interact are completely different. So if Jeremy submits multiple service desk tickets to handle the same recurring issue over and over and over again, eventually service desk is going to reach out to that primary engineer and they're going to say, hey, when you're on site, can you go work with Jeremy and tell him, you know, or work with him specifically on how to work through this issue? Maybe Jeremy works better when somebody physically shows him how to do something versus it always being done remotely. So now, say Anthony's that engineer, I get now a more personalized, deeper relationship with you as a user, and you actually feel the love from your quote unquote department as truly part of the team.